We're talking with John Hoogeveen, Hoagie, as you will, from the studio of John Hoogeveen. He is the original artist of the area for car related things and the original Rat Rod. He studied under the original Rat Rod man, Ed Roth. We were just talking about Lansing's car show.
Yes, we were.
You're there pretty regular, are you?
I try to make it all I can.
That's right down my street. I'm on that corner.
Right.
And that's where they turn around.
Yep.
Yeah, they never come. They don't go all the way down, but they turn around in front of me. I've always had parties and stuff for that. Not always, but I have at times. I did a live remote out in front of Quick Scripts Pharmacy for one last year, and that was a fun time. It was a 2-hour broadcast of the cruise night, and there was some nifty rides out there.
Well, you get a lot of fresh cars that come in.
There's some crazy rides.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw a couple of rat rods.
Oh, yeah. There's
quite
a few
real
of those.
rat rods.
I mean, you get rat rods, the low riders, to blown Hemis, to, radical cars, to the more newer cars.
Cars that do not belong on the street.
Right.
And they have a tendency to have a little fun. But you know what? Hey, that's what it is. It's a cruise night. The whole town has a lot of fun. They pretty much shut down Ridge Road.
Pretty much.
And there's a couple of restaurants there. There's a couple of taverns there. There's just places, shops. The hardware stores right there. It's all a lot of fun.
Bring the kids, grandkids.
Oh yeah.
My grandkid loved it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I'll bet. Can he draw?
He tries.
Yeah?
He's 4 years old, so he tries. He does pretty good, and he says, "Papa," he hands me the pen, "you finish it."
I see. Okay, well, you know what? That's today's generation. You finish it, Gramps. Yeah. I know how that works. That's what they do with it when they run out of money, too. Wait till that happens.
Oh, okay.
That's coming.
My kids did that.
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, trust me. Hey, Gramps, got any dough? The cruise nights now, they're like the third Saturday of every month.
It's the third Saturday, yeah.
June, July, and August.
Yes.
And then in September, there's a show and a cruise down by the airport.
Mm-hmm.
There was. Now, I don't know if they're still doing that or not. A lot of that has changed around, and some things are different. But pay attention. We're going to be talking about those cruise nights as this year goes along, and we'll make sure that you know about them. So maybe we can get out there again. And who knows? Maybe Quick Scripts or Gus Bach or one of them other ones will want to have a live remote broadcast out there. That was a lot of fun. Dave and the gang at Quick Scripts, what a great time that was. And you know what? We all hung around. He had a cooler full of beverages in there, pop and ice water and stuff. And we all hung around and talked pharmacy. Actually, we talk cars. I don't talk pharmacy. I don't know anything about it. I talk cars. And you would say you were there. You were there as a spectator, though. You weren't.
Yes.
You didn't have a booth set up or anything like that.
I took the grandson, and he wanted to go see the cars, and he loves to look at the engines. He loves the chrome.
Oh, I'll bet.
So we walked down the whole thing. I had to wear him out a little bit, but Tommy got him back, so we did a good walk and a half. Went down, back, and then back down again. And he says, "Time to go. I'm tired."
Oh, jeez. Well, if you got a bunch of stuff you wanted to sell, if you got some old sketchings and stuff, we should set up a booth in front of my place there on the corner. You could all night long.
Might be a
People
good idea.
would be buying them. I'm telling you, hell, maybe I'll have a remote broadcast. You know what, though? I'm on the end. Not all the cars come down by me, down to the Burnham Avenue side. They generally turn around right there.
Sometimes they turn around there, or they'll turn the street before and then come back around.
Right by the bank, Henry Street or whatever that is. So, it might not be a good place for a remote. But I don't know. Quick Scripts was a great place. Gus Bach could be a good one, too. That's where all the action is downtown, man. The cruise nights are set up in such a way that, well, of course, they watch them pretty close now. The Lansing PD has said no carrying the alcohol out and up and down the street. I mean, they just want to keep it family-oriented. They want to have fun. They don't want you not to have a beer, but they don't want you being an idiot.
Right. They don't want you doing the big burnouts and smoking up the town. But they're pretty good. They're
God
very
knows
good.
they could use a layer of rubber on Ridge Road, though.
That would help.
That pavement is a little rough. Yeah, they could use a little rubber on there. It might be all right. But, no burnouts. Well, matter of fact, one of the kids that works for me did a couple years ago a burnout. I mean, a massive burnout. He had a 10-second Camaro he was driving on the street. He's a meathead. And, of course, immediately he was calling me on the phone, "Can you come and get me?" He was in the Hooscow. I said, "What did you do?" He said, "Did you hear that big burnout?" That was me. I said, "Oh, good. What are you doing bringing that thing on the street?"
Yeah, but there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, there's a lot of great cars. I've seen them. the heavy duty and all the way down to the old. I mean, real old.
What they're trying to do is bring back the 60s and 70s. We used to hang out at the drive-ins, and we used to hang out at the movie theater drive-ins also, and used to have, Blue Top Drive-In at the tape, Dog and Suds,
Dog and
A&W,
Powwow.
Powwow.
What was the one? There was one at the end of Michigan or State at 127th or 130th in Roseland. There was a drive-in where everybody hung out right there. I can't remember the name of it, but it was I was up there much like when at Blue Top, where two guys would be arguing about who's faster, blah blah blah, and they put up a race. They put up a shekel or two, or they'd race for feathers, until somebody owed a whole duck.
Yeah.
Anyway, they would race, and next thing you know, the trunks are popped open and the slicks are coming out,
Yeah.
and they're jacking up the car,
Yep.
putting the real tires on
Oh
it.
yeah.
So
In
good.
fact, that's opening again too this year. Is Blue Top?
Yeah.
They're going to reopen the place.
I heard. I was trying to get a hold of those guys.
Yeah.
I would love to go and do a little promotion for them if they're going to have cruise nights. That would be fun.
The gentleman, I guess, there's two gentlemen involved. One owns Simon Says,
Right.
and another has a restaurant, I believe, in Hammond. I'm not sure.
Okay. See, I don't know. That's the one I don't know. I called the guy at Simon Says, and he
Yeah.
hasn't called me back yet. But it's been this whole month has been like a disaster.
Yeah, he's a big Mopar guy too. I heard.
Is he? Ah,
Oh yeah.
well, that's,
Oh yeah.
that happens to be my specialty.
There you go.
I like them. Yeah, I spent 11 years with Chrysler.
Yeah, they're supposed to open up, I guess, in March or April.
That's going to be outstanding. I can't wait for that. And the old drive-ins were the best. Dog and Suds, I was there 4 years. I was a cook
Oh
for
boy.
4 years. I seen them all. And we used to ride motorcycles out of there. We used to have hot rods there. Now, there would be something to draw, a scene from an old drive-in
Mm-hmm.
with the hot rods parked in it.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. That's a thought. I don't know. Maybe I'd like to have that for my wall, too. Can't afford this guy. He gives me ideas. That's what he's here for, to get me cooking.
Yeah, you gotta do a little bit here.
Got to
and
make
there.
me think a little bit. Sometimes I think too much. That's all right. Drawing these cars is not exactly easy, but if it's a labor of love and you remember the cars,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a mental picture
Right.
to draw anything, I'm sure. You got to have something in your mind as to what you're doing. So you had to be there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You had to see that car.
You had to know the cars,
You had to
how
touch
they
it.
how they sat, the stance of them, the interiors. A lot of people don't put the interiors in cars because they don't remember what they look like.
Exactly.
Okay, so I try to put interiors in the cars and look through the windows or have people inside the vehicle but the way it was back in the day with the big sunglasses, the big bell bottoms, and
Oh yeah.
No.
And the dice hanging from the mirror,
the dice, or
or the baby shoes.
if you go with the rat fink style with the flies going around it.
Yeah, the rat fig style, which is really cool. I'm telling you, as a teenager in high school and even before, Hot Rod Magazine, Cartoon Magazine, Rat Fink. Man,
Okay.
that was the dog. Everybody knew that. Everybody that ever even thought about cars knew what a rat fink was and a rat rod. And they're fun to draw, I'm sure. But again, like I said, you said, you have to have seen it. You have to have touched it. You have
Yeah.
to know what that used to look like. We're going to have a whole generation of kids growing up here that, what are they going to draw? Fast and
Yeah.
Furious?
Well, there's a lot of kids today. You talk Ed Roth or you talk Von Dutch is another one. They
Yeah.
think Von Dutch is a clothing line.
Oh, wow.
I says no, he's a pinstripe artist.
You're
So,
right. Well, and I'm going to tell you, this group, this particular group of kids, don't actually know what's happening.
Right.
And it's going to be different. They're going to be drawing Mitsubishis, and they're going to
Yeah.
be drawing Hondas.
Well, there's guys that are doing that, and
Yeah.
like I said, we go to these car shows like World of Wheels. We have a lot of young people now coming up and learning how to pinstripe, learning how to draw cartoons. They got different kinds. Some girl I met last year, she was doing flowers and this and that, and incorporating pinstriping into it. So it
Wow.
was kind of a neat style. It was her own
Different.
style,
Yeah.
and people were loving it.
Well, it's different. All right. We got a little traffic here. T-Rex just handed me a note. 2 left lanes westbound I-8094 are closed near Calumet Avenue, and 3 right lanes westbound 8094 near Broadway are closed. We obviously have some kind of an altercation. We've got some traffic tie-ups on 8094, so be very, very careful. I see the car phone is ringing. This might be for us. What do you think? Uncle Joe, he's there. Uncle Joe, what's going on? Say hi to Hoagie.
How's everything on the west coast of Indiana?
It's beautiful. Say hi to Hoagie here.
I tell you what, I got two quick things. I know
buddy.
you're running out of time. One, you know how they have the weathermen, they have that superimpose the map of weather situation.
Yeah.
Every time you play one of your West Coast songs, you're going to have a rat car image right behind it, and wipes out the WJOB, and it's just all rat car, and we got something to look at on the computer.
There you go.
That'd be kind of neat. And with that new facilities that you're going to, I'm sure they have that capability.
Oh, yeah, we'll have the technology.
The other thing, with this big wreck that they had on 94 with that visibility and semis and all the people in cars were killed, but none of the truckers. And what I was interested in is if you can create a list of all those things that had the sensors that, hey, you're too close and the car slows down. It was, that's going to become very popular.
You know what, though, Joe?
Either you get rear-ended or you get, your awareness.
This particular wreck,
even
Joe,
though they got whiteouts.
These guys, this was a whiteout. This was a slippery condition. All the sensors in the world weren't going to stop this car going sideways. You know what I'm saying?
That's operator judgment.
Yeah, that was Mother Nature, buddy. Thanks for your call, Uncle Joe.
When you have the sensor, you don't have to see the vehicle in front of you.
I know you don't, but you know what? If you're going sideways, it doesn't matter.
Amen.
If you're spinning out, you're out of control. You're out of control, buddy. Uncle Joe is right. The sensors would have helped. Now listen, reminding you again, 2 left lanes westbound 8094 near Calumet Avenue closed. 3 right lanes westbound 8094 Broadway closed. So be careful out there. There's obviously some slickness. There's obviously a wreck or two. Be careful on 8094. We've been talking with John Hoogeveen, Hoagie, affectionately Hoagie, everybody calls him, who does the car drawings. He's the car man. When it comes to, it's a dying breed. Whatever you do, don't get old on us, Hoagie. That's not fair.
I'm working on it.
You got to grow down. Don't grow up.
There you go.
That's because that's going to be a dying breed, and I really believe that because to draw these kind of cool hot rods, and I suppose the kids today got a point that Mitsubishi with the big fin in the back or whatever, and that supposedly is a hot rod with the slicks on the front. I don't think I could do that.
That don't look right.
No, it doesn't
look right.
Doesn't look right to me. But that's going to be their generation of rat rods, I guess. They're all going to change. So we're trying to savor the moment as long as we can, and as long as we got guys like John Hoogeveen here, we'll be able to. Hoagie, tell them again where your studio is.
I'm on 2331 45th Street, apartment rear. I'm just across the street from Christensen Chevrolet.
Okay, across 45th Street.
On the other side of 45th Street.
Beautiful. And the phone number?
It's 219-718-7719.
You need to give him a call. Stop in and just see some of his work. You may find something you want. You may find something you want him to do for you. He did, honest to God, he did this. And this is, to see it is to love it. This is the original fat rod. It's not a rat rod. It's a fat rod.